Okay, so guys, I've got a little bit of news to share with you this morning. Some things changing with the YouTube channel. So let me give you a little bit of brief history, a little bit of brief background here before I go forward, because that will kind of make this make a bit more sense. So before I started doing the YouTube channel full-time, I had a full-time job. I worked a salary type job for an auto parts retailer. And that was my goal, was to get to that position. I got there, I did it, I had it, and I burned out, and it just was not what I wanted. You know, sometimes like you set your sight on a goal and you just go for it, and that goal is what keeps you going. But then when you get there, you realize that like you're not happy that you've gotten there now. It's like I've heard about people suffering from depression after they get their PhD and their whole life had been funneled towards that, and they get their degree and they're like, look, I did it, and then they're crushingly depressed because there are no more castles to conquer, so to speak, in their life. And I don't know if that's quite what happened to me, but basically I got there and I just wasn't happy. Some other things happened that made me realize that I was probably barking up the wrong tree in that regard, and that I needed to get the hell out of there and to do something else. And so I had this YouTube channel that was kind of, milling around with, and I'd post videos to from time to time, and it was not a huge concern for me. I think I had like 700 or 800 subscribers maximum. And I decided that I had the ability, the availability, and the funds, I guess you would say, to just say, I'm going to focus on this YouTube channel and see what happens, if it will grow, if I put all my attention into it, because that is my dream job. So what I did is I did that. I quit my job and I started focusing on it. And I gave myself like 6 months. And I said, if in 6 months I don't see significant growth, and I think I gave myself like a metric of goals I needed to hit to keep doing it. And I kept smashing those metrics, so I kept going. Well, that's been about 10 months now. And for the last 10 months, I've posted a video pretty much every day but Sundays. Taking most Sundays off, but I've posted a video 6 days a week for like 10 months, sometimes more than 6 videos a week. And the channel has grown pretty well. I'm a little over 4,000 subscribers now, and things have gone pretty well. Okay, so why are things changing? Where does that bring me to today? So one of the things I started kind of feeling over the last few months is I started to feel a little bit burned out in the YouTube channel. 6 videos a week can be a little bit challenging. And I started the news radar thing Monday, Wednesday, and Friday because it gave me sort of an easier out. Like I didn't have to think about the news radar like super deeply. I could just kind of like talk about the news, and I didn't have to like give like a deep opinion or like do a tutorial or anything like that. So it kind of gave me some, a little bit of a mental break, but not really. And so I started feeling burned out because I started feeling like, between constantly looking at Twitter to interact with you guys, which is, not inherently bad, looking at the Facebook groups to interact with you guys, which again is not inherently bad, but also constantly keeping my eye out for news to it's always a day away. News radar is always a day away. So I always need 3 or 4 things to talk about. So I'm constantly looking at Twitter, trying to see like, okay, what am I going to talk about? What am I going to talk about? Sometimes that Monday rolls around and I just don't have anything worth saying. There's just not any news. I mean, maybe there's news, but I don't have anything to say about it. It's like, company A announced phone A. Cool, like there it is. Do I have anything to offer to this conversation? Is there anything that I need to tell you about it? Well, maybe not. And that feels bad. And I feel like I'm not offering any kind of value there, for one. And it just started feeling like I've been on certain videos, I just don't have enough passion to do that particular video. So that got me thinking, like, I need to take a step back and only do videos that I'm passionate about, which, by the way, is still a lot of the videos. It's not like I'm phoning in 90% of my videos. I need to reduce that workload so that I can focus more on the things that I care about. And it tends to be the videos that you guys care about, right? Like the videos that I'm kind of like meh about doing, they don't do very well. Then in my mind, I'm thinking, well, if I put out fewer videos, that's less views, that's less money. This is my job, so I have to keep going. Okay, that brings us to maybe in the last month or so, an opportunity has popped up for me to have a part-time side job from the YouTube channel that I think will add very little to no stress to my life and will insert a little bit of money. And that will allow me to then focus more on the videos that I care about. And before anybody thinks like, well, yeah, but if you're working, how are you going to be thinking about like your time still going to be occupied? it's a kind of job where I can have a set of earbuds in and I can be, you know, consuming media while I'm doing the job, and that's not going to be a problem. So I can be listening to the Windows Central podcast, right, and getting ideas about things I can talk about and about spins I can put on things and things like that. So I can continue thinking and ruminating on videos while I'm doing this job. And it might actually, I tend to do my best thinking when I'm like moving, like when I'm like mowing my yard. I come up with my best video ideas while I'm doing that kind of stuff. So I think that it will be kind of a time where I can almost shut my brain off, get into a trance of doing a job, and I can think of videos, and then I can come home and do them. And it's not a lot of hours, right? Like I'm not going to be working a full-time job on top of doing the YouTube channel and things like that. So I'm not going to go into like any detail as like what the job is, because it's just boring. Like it's not anything important at all. It's nothing that anybody on this channel would be like, oh, tell me more. Like it's just a job, and it just happens to be something that has sort of fallen into my lap a little bit, and it's something that I've done in the past, and that I know that I can do, and I know won't stress me out and bring any issues to the channel in that way. So basically what that means is, going forward, unless I change my mind, or unless you guys in the comments are like, no, don't do this, the news radar thing is probably just going to end. Probably you might have already watched the last news radar, because I think that's the thing that stresses me out the most, is trying to be like, what am I going to talk about? What am I going to talk about? You know, that's probably going to stop. You are still going to probably get a minimum of 3 videos a week from me, but they're going to be the videos that you guys tend to care about anyways. If Surface Duo gets that April update, you best believe I'm going to be on it. You know, anything that happens is worth talking about, I'm going to talk about. And if it's a busy weekend, I need to make 6 videos, I'll make 6 videos. But I'm not going to be making videos just to make a video, just because I think to myself, I need to get another 300 or 400 views this week, because my numbers won't be where I want them to be. That means my money won't be where I need it to be, right? I'm going to be less hamstrung to get content out because I need the money. I'm going to be more free to just make the content that I'm passionate about, and that I think you guys will be more passionate about as well. So all in all, I think this is a really good thing. I think that the content will improve because of this, and I think that as long as you guys are okay with getting less content, right? It's a quality over quantity thing, I think, going forward. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. If you just absolutely love the news radar thing, maybe I'll try and think of a way to do something. Maybe just do it less frequently or something. All I know is that I'm not going to be doing a video every single day for the most part, you know, going forward. So the next video will probably be early next week. So I will see you on that next one. And until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.